sound issues that we had over at Zinzi's clip. We'll try to get a hold of her a little later on. But for now, though, it is time for Engage, where we are talking about a very interesting topic. It came off of last week, where somebody wrote into us on 22422 and talked about their passwords and their phone usage. And therefore today we're asking, whose phone is it anyway? Should couples share the passwords or pins for their phones with their significant others? And to help us put that in perspective, we have Annitah Raey.
You're laughing. Why are you laughing?
It's because when we discussed this yesterday, you just sent laugh emojis.
I know, because I'm a woman and phones, it's a bit touchy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right. And we have CJ Atemo as well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Annitah why are phones touchy for women?
Yes. Yes, let's start there. Why are phones touchy for women? And but this is also in the literal sense. I know napenda kushika simu.
Like me, I always hold my phone. I think it's because it's mine and it's personal and I want to hold it. But I think in real sense, you're asking, why can't we keep off maybe our spouses and our boyfriends' phones? I don't know. I'm a woman. I hope other women can relate. Hakunaga kitu tempting kama simu ikiachwa hapo. You would lose your mind. Like you would kneel down and pray and tell the Lord, I need strength.
Take this cup of suffering away. Nevertheless.
And I tell people, this includes me. Who knows? Whatever you're looking for, you shall find. But ikiachwa hapo, you know you will pray. You will call the heavens, you will sing, you will do everything, you will still touch it. Because that temptation of, I hope there's nothing, or if there's something I want to know. But anyway, I just want to know. I just need to know. I just want to know.
So you're seeking knowledge.
I think, let's use that one. Yes, so that we can keep it sane. I am seeking knowledge about my man. So that's why I touch his phone. Not in bad faith. I just need to know. Let me be in the know-how, like, in case there's something going on, let me just know. Not because I want to use it against you, or I want to raise hell, or I want to bang your phone, because I just need to know. We are women, we want to know.
The last part of your statement, Apple.
Gun.
It is not because I want to use it against you.
There's a heavy...
It's very... It's not on stable foundation.
Actually, let me be honest.
It's like you have the right to remain silent. Forget you. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of relationship law.
Let me tell you the truth. And this is every woman. Men protect their phones a lot. And that's what keeps us edgy. You'll find a man, his phone is going to ring in the shower. And it's not a joke. He's going to come out with a towel. Nani anapiga, I'm sure you're Nyakazi. You're like, how do you know Nyakazi? I have a feeling. Say Nyakazi. I was going to get, and then you know, men can't lie. Really, if you get a weird call, let me use you as an example. Not that it's true, but if you get a weird call in front of your wife, you will react immediately. So your face sells you out. So by the time you pick that call, I'm like, why is he picking that call with a weird face? And then you guys can't lie. So I'm like,
What about those ones who also, I've seen my good friend Captain Otoyo has shared this several times. He said, dear women, and also dear, he said he's shared the meme twice for women and men. I said, but dear men, if she picks up the phone and reduces the volume,
that's your deputy.
That is your deputy.
That is true. It's true.
What do you think about the whole phenomenon? Basing first on what Annitah has said.
I think the whole thing comes to the elements of trust. And how somebody thinks that their partner would react to certain information. There are times when people are a bit cagey around the phone because there's somebody from, let me say, the opposite sex that they are dealing with. The dealings could be for any reason. But if I am dealing, for example, with if I have an insecure partner, who wants to know who is that lady that is calling me or something. I may not have anything to hide, but because I fear this reaction, I'm going to act in a certain way that is very suspicious. Of course, there are those who have something to hide. So they will decide, I don't want to be picking these calls around this place, or I don't want this person to get to this. There are also situations, Willis, where it is financial, where a man has borrowed money, he has a bad deal that he has not shared with the partner or something, or even the lady has a bad deal. She's been doing business, or she's borrowed money from the chama and something, and then she knows that the partner does not know that, or did not even want her to be there in the first place. Now these people are calling for the money. She has no money. I think that most of the time, you know, the first thing that comes into people's mind around cure the phone habits is that there is an affair. Sometimes there's also these bad deals where somebody doesn't know how will the partner take it, you know, because she's wondering, what if my hubby realizes I owe the other women 50,000 right now, I don't have money, and I'm trying to work it around, and he's been warning me about this kind of a thing. She'll obviously act very funny around the phone. Or he took a loan and now people are calling, or there was a bad deal, or he said something, he lied somewhere. So, but it all comes to the matter of trust. Trust in both ways, where you don't trust your partner enough to think that they are playing clean, or you don't trust your partner to deal with the wrong decisions you have made. So you want to hide your wrong decisions. And if there is an element of trust, it's easy for communication to go both ways.
Somebody once said as well, because we were actually in a setting where somebody was talking about, so we were saying, wasichana wanapenda kushika simu ya wanaume sana. And then this guy said, but what if we flip it? What if the lady is afraid that kitu anafanya, hata bwana yake anafanya? Annitah.
That's not true. That's not true at all. I don't agree with that, because one, let's be very honest, women give a lot in relationships, not even marriage, relationships, Willis. And you would agree with me, women give a lot. They'll give their emotions, they invest in a relationship heavily. So it's not about trust, because let me tell you something, you can barely trust someone 100%. You might trust them enough, but the curiosity, the you wondering who are they talking to, sometimes they don't let you in. And this comes from men who don't let you in. If a man closes, put walls around him, you will want to break them. And when a man protects his phone so much, it begs for you to ask, what are you hiding in that phone? But I always ask men, if your wife took your phone right now, is it clean? Okay, and you see one thing, let me even enlighten the men actually on TV. You guys delete and forget their smartphones. It goes to your bin. So women, just take on the bin. So it doesn't really delete, you get. If you got some pictures there in the bin, you will get them, you'll know who sent them. What I don't agree with women on is taking his phone and taking a number and calling them. That's not something I agree with, because you're intruding his privacy. That's very wrong. But I want to know, because Willis, at the end of the day, and this one I'll agree with women 100% because I'm a woman, it's wrong to touch his phone, because whatever you're looking for, you shall get. If he's hiding it, if it has a million passwords, I'm going to get curious. What are you protecting that bad? I saw the other day, I was watching something, and a woman touched the husband's phone, and he snapped so much, he pushed her away. And I was like, if I was that woman, I will never sleep until I touch that phone. I will hack it, I will pay people, I want to know what is in that phone that is dying. And no, don't say it's money. You cannot protect money issues that much. If it's money issues, delete the messages. But what are you protecting that much? It's a phone. And personally, the reason as we put passwords, we have kids. We don't want them to mess with our phones.
But bado utafungulia mtoto YouTube.
But ndakuwa nimeprotect.
You see, Annitah, you've gone round, but still come back to where I was, which is a trust issue. You started with it's not a trust issue. Then you called it curiosity. Then you started asking, you see, you're curious, why is this person protecting this phone?
Yeah.
That curiosity brings in the distrust. That if I am protecting my phone in the manner that I'm protecting it, there must be something that I am hiding. So we're already at the place of distrust. The curiosity now begins to make you feel like there's something else that this person is hiding. You know, I like to look at things very broadly. The people who would even feel they wouldn't want their wives or their partners to even know how much they earn. You know, that's not an affair. Again, it goes to how different people view certain things. I know people who will never let, because I do men's meetings all over the place. So you hear man who says, no, I cannot let my wife see my payslip or know how much I earn as long as I take care of her.
That's worse than cheating.
That's worse than cheating, he said.
Now, you're going to expect this man whose payslip is sacred to release the phone. Probably his issue is he does not know how to be vulnerable. So he may not even have something to hide, but he is uncomfortable being vulnerable. So he will never even, display affection to the woman or something. So I think it's a place of understanding your partner. If they used to be free, leaving the phone over here, then suddenly they change. I think that's something that you can talk about. But if they've always been hiding this thing from the beginning, it may not be what it looks like. And I'm not trying to defend it. I'm not trying to defend it. There are a lot of things that inform people's decisions. I think the greatest thing is the openness between a couple. Their openness. That goes beyond the things of the passwords and the patterns, because somebody can actually allow you to have their phone, but then that's not the phone they use when they want to do something else.
See, I say it.
So you cannot even judge the strength of your relationship based on your access to the phone. If I know that my phone is what you always want, I just play around with it. I'll leave it over there. But I may have a different way of communicating to the person that I want to communicate with. Eventually, it does not solve the problem. And the same would be with you. You could be talking to people about call me at 10 after he's left the house. So you have couples that phones never ring when they're together. It's all dead silent because these guys have learned how to manage their environment. So it's still not dealing with the issue. I think the whole issue is to come to the place of openness where whether there is a password or not, the other person gets information as they need to get it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the question we're asking. I don't know if we have it blown up already, but the question we're asking today is then, what do you feel? Do you feel that, is it okay for couples to share their passwords? Sorry about that. The question is it okay for couples to share their passwords? Should couples share their passwords? The SMS line is 22422. There it is. The SMS line is 22422. And you can use also the hashtag Daybreak for you guys. You can engage with us there. So that's the question. Should couples share their phone passwords with each other? Ndio swali ibuka. And also remember, a little bit later on, you can we'll start taking some calls, and you can start calling us on 0719 777 or 0742 961 343. And I'm told that we have some feedback. Are there SMSs or tweets? All right, we have some tweets coming in. Let's take a look at them. Somebody says that is Wanjiru. Duda says no, but they should also be honest, trustworthy, and ready to share if asked to. And then Rogers 490374226. I said, yeah, why not? They are lovers that should have trust. And then there's our Charles 25709522. A big yes, Willis. Then Michael Oruru, yes, to show transparency. James Oginyo says some stuff are hard to share. It's like asking us to share our undergarments. All right. So I'm told we have a call as well. Geoffrey from Kisii. Geoffrey, thank you so much for calling in. What is your comment about whose phone is it anyway, and should people share their passwords?
If this is the genuine relationship in the house.
Sorry, go ahead.
The phone should be shared within the family, and the password should be shared if it's genuinely. If there is nothing you are hiding from your phone, there is no need for you to have the password on. So
for you, there should not even be a password to begin with?
The password should be known even by the kids and the wife's husband and the wife.
Okay, and so do you think that by not sharing a password that there is something that somebody is definitely hiding?
Then definitely there is something somebody is hiding when you don't share the password.
So do you yourself share, Geoffrey?
Yeah?
Wewe mwenyewe umeshare?
Okay, me I'm sharing with my wife, by the way. No need to hide.
Very good. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Geoffrey says there's no need to hide. And even from the tweets that we're seeing, most people are equating sharing the password with trust.
You see, CJ said that for a man, it's not necessary. But no, for a woman, it is the basis of literally the relationship. This is the reason people divorce. I'm serious. Why are you not sharing your phone with me? My co-host on radio once said that on Valentine's, men should stop buying flowers and just give their wives the password. We will never have a problem. We would never. Igunza said, and it's true. Don't buy me flowers, give me your password. I'll be like, oh, this man loves me. Just don't have deleted things, now I'll get really pissed because you're hiding something. You see, you have to understand where we're coming from. As it's not a trust issue, it's who we are. If I feel like I don't know everything about you, including what happens in your phone, then I'm not okay. And I always feel like you're hiding. And you see, men, you have these things you do. Pick a call, go outside. I swear to God, our antennas, I will even be under the door listening with no shame whatsoever. I'm your wife, I want to know. Who are you calling? If your phone rings at 10 p.m. at night and you're acting all weird, even if it's your friend, pick it up. Kwanza itabia wanaume, let me just tell you this. If your phone rings, just pick it up. I would rather just pick it up and pretend and lie. When it rings the first time, we are very observant. I'm like, Second time, like, bruh, you better pick that phone, by the way. Why are you not picking that phone? It gets very agitating because I don't know what you're hiding. And I'll always feel like you're hiding if you hide your phone. It's a phone. Why do you have a password on your phone? And also I need to ask single people, what are you hiding? Candy Crush? Why do you have passwords on your phone? If you're not dating, don't have a password. It makes you feel, okay, not just mean as a biwa, but I think for women, the phone is very important.
Sorry.
The phone is quite important, CJ. If you lock your phone, I'll be like, see, come on, and nifungia tu simu. What else are you hiding?
But you see, you don't only deal with your family. You come to work, you go to different places. Somebody else may want to be getting into your phone. There's the element that you talked about at the beginning, that you will be invading somebody's privacy if you take up and then you make a call. So we need to define then what is that private space. Because I believe that even as much as people are a couple and they're one, they still occupy individual spaces. And they still need to let you into that. They still need to let you into that space. Otherwise, you're going to have a very unhealthy relationship where there's a lot of snooping around. There is a lot of, hiding. It's hide and seek. That is why. That's my place. I love the openness fact. I want the people to be transparent and open.
Yes.
But I am against a place where it begins to become like it's a hide and seek, where people are snooping. Because still, this person has certain individual spaces that they retain the right to have.
But you emphasize your individual space. Your ATM pin is your space. This is a phone. Trust me, when you give me the password, I won't check every day. Be like, I have the password. Why am I even checking? You get? It's just mental for us. I have the password. I won't check. But the moment I don't have it, women, I know you're watching. How many women wait for the husband to just put down the phone and they're touching the screen so that it doesn't go off, so he can go to the bathroom?
I'm an smudges on his pattern.
You're just like this. Like
I want to debunk this. I want to debunk this myth that it is only men that are suspicious when it comes to matters of the phone. I want to debunk this myth. I want to debunk it because married women are not a safe territory anymore.
Let's not go there.
They're not a safe territory anymore. There are a lot of married women who have a lot of issues. I think that, this phone thing usually comes out nearly like a gender thing, where it is the men who are always on the spot. But, there's a lot of married women out there whose phones have worse stuff.
Yeah.
But you see, the moment the men are put on the defensive, like your phone has issues, it's very rare to find that the man is going on to check out the phone of the wife, unless there's some triggers, certain things that have really brought an issue of suspicion, if they're controlling, like what we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
But it's very rare.
I'm told we have another call, Mr. Kennedy Kutoka Dago.
Yes.
Kennedy from Dagoretti. Kennedy, good morning. Tell us what are your views on this subject. Whose phone is it anyway? Should people share passwords? What are your views?
Yes. See, Willie.
Yes.
There's some things which are like obvious to everybody. This is a network. Do you own your phone when you have it?
and you don't know who is going to call next, you don't know who is going to text you next, and you don't know whatever the picture somebody is going to send you next, and they might cause something that it was not in your intention, but maybe when the other partner sees that thing before you see it, you will not get a reason to explain what it is anyway. So you must protect your phone, and that means you are protecting the other person too.
So he said that nasema kwamba huwezi join, and thank you Kennedy. By the way, he says he couldn't be, you can't know who's going to call me next anyway. Jamani.
But you can predict.
Siwezi predict nisema leo CJ atoma naenda kunipigia.
No.
Unless it's Monday evening and we are planning the show.
That's why it would be weird if a lady calls you at 10. You know one thing. Let me first answer to him about the married women. Show me a married woman who was caught with something on the phone. Just surprise us and show us one. That's why we will leave the phone there, because we have, even if they're doing it, they're good at hiding it. Oh,
no,
shoot.
You don't want to ask me that.
I take it back. Point is, do you know why we make it so easy for the men to trust? Because even if I'm doing it, I'll leave the phone there, you get? So you will see it there. And that's why I'm telling you, it's a mental game. You will see the phone there without a password. You'll be like, but then the man might not even touch it. He'll be like, wanacheka tu simu yake kila mahali. Oh, go pitu mtu. You get? It's a mental game women will play with you. It will be there and you won't touch it. But for us, I won't see your phone. Like I'll be like, does this man even own a phone nowadays? Because I haven't seen it for a couple of days.
But you see, Willis, that is where I'm talking about. Then it doesn't solve the problem. Because, so I'm cheating or whatever, then I put my phone there till you don't suspect. So, is that phone openness, Annitah, does it represent the health of the relationship?
Not today we won't look at the health.
No.
Because it doesn't. It's more of the way you address the phone issue.
Because I'm thinking that the element of the phone issue is supposed to work towards the health of the relationship. So if I put it there until you don't suspect me, but I'm hiding stuff in here, then my putting the phone out in the open does not mean that our relationship is okay.
It's okay.
But that's why I talked about the element of openness, where two people need to develop a level of openness where there's even no need for me to be checking my partner's phone.
For women,
that is the...
What is like asking all of us to just... For a woman, and I'm saying this, the reason I laughed when you texted me, I was like, this is bad. You're just putting us on a bad spot. Because every woman, and I'm saying this, old, young, single, married, if you're next to a man, even single women, and he leaves a phone, he'll be like,
wacha tuangalie.
And you'll be like, acha niende na chatigi na nani. It's natural.
We have some SMSs here. Do you have them on screen, or should I read some of them? Okay. So someone says, I am Faith rather from Thika. I put a password on because of my husband, anashinda kwa M-Pesa yangu akitafuta pesa ya kubet, not because of mpango wa kando hata. Good morning, good show. Of course they should. They are one. I know of couples who have one phone and have been happily married for years. They share PIN numbers for banks, etc. And here you are talking about only password yawa. Yes, they should be open to each other. Charles says it depends with your woman. Mostly they are the ones who hide things. But we men, we always clean before we get in the house.
Huh?
We always clean
before we get in the okay.
I said, I know these are just human beings. Security is just important to an individual, but has nothing to do with trustworthiness. That is Mary Kakena. I don't have a problem if you have nothing to hide. Remember, chochote chaweza kutokea. Protasio says, if you are committed to someone, then there is no reason at all for dishonesty. Muire Ongili from Siaya County says, couples should share their password to show trust with each other. Maurice Obudo says, trust, brazenness, and transparency in a family is very essential and builds hope, faith, and confidence in one another. We share a bed together, Jameni. Why not our cell phones? And then couples should share the password, but it should not be out of mistrust. The key thing is trust, whether you share a password or not. Then we also have some tweets as well that are coming in. There they are. Samara94 _ Samara, I don't mind sharing mine, but you don't need my password to trust me, and I don't need yours for you to do the right thing. Owor Mili says, you should know everything about your partner, leave alone their phone passwords. Keep Remy says, not at all. Trust cannot be measured through small gadgets. That is Award 72 says, yes, because if you are truly a couple, you should never keep secrets from each other. The last one, no. Privacy is important. Yes, so there are many, what I'm seeing from most of the texts is that people are equating sharing
Trust
the phone password. Yeah,
to trust and
that's
love.
what, yeah,
But
trust,
for women, it's
love,
really,
faithfulness.
it's that for women, because and that's where I think men always get it wrong with the phone thing. It's important, and that's where they don't get. It's a big deal for us. It's a really, really big deal for me, because if I find so many passwords, already we are women. We overthink everything. Umechelewa. That's why. Generally, if you had issues at home and you get late, she's gonna tell you, "Kwenye uko lala uko. I hope it's better than home." And most probably you're in traffic. You'll be like, "Holy Lord, I am in traffic." But you see, she's already reacting to that, overreacting to that. So can you imagine you're married to a woman for a long time, then one day she goes to touch your phone, or maybe to call someone, then she's like, and sometimes we're mwenyendi utampatia without even remembering there's something on your phone. Call Nani with my phone. And never do that, baby. Calling, she's gonna call on loudspeaker when she's doing other things, definitely. And the day men understand, for us, a phone is a really, really big deal. And someone asked on Twitter that, are we able to handle the information we see? I'm gonna give you quickly a scenario. There's a woman who found that the husband is cheating and stayed for 7 months, knowing the husband is cheating, seeing the messages, and never said anything. And when she was asked, she was like, I just wanted to see how long he can do this, you know. She was like, it's not a mental instability when you do that.
You know, women don't leave immediately.
No, they don't.
They don't. So a woman can actually stay with them for very long. Even when she has made up her mind to leave, she can stay for 5 years. She can stay for 10. The moment when a woman says, "I'm leaving right now," it's usually not for what happened that day.
10 years ago.
Most of the time, a man will think it's what happened this morning and say, "But I apologized, but this woman has been building this up over time," and they can do that. But you see, we got back to the place of accountability. I think that's where we are at, the place of accountability. Because you're talking about if a man stays out late, then the woman will be thinking, okay, so where is he? What if this man just voluntarily keeps on letting the wife or the partner know where he is and what he's doing? Will there be a need for somebody to go to the phone? No. You understand what I'm talking about, Willis? I think what drives people there is this lack of openness. Because I should just be able to say, look, I'm hanging out with Willis. I think I'm going to be late. I'm doing this. Okay, I'm now leaving. We are parting ways.
There's traffic.
And if this person has no reason to doubt what I'm saying, if my message is consistent, if my messages are always consistent, they have no reason to doubt. So the whole issue comes back to that element. And trust comes in because communication is broken and openness has been lost. That's when somebody begins to think, I need to check this person's phone.
True.
Because information is not flowing unless it is demanded. This is where couples need to get to, where you release information. If you say you're going to come at 9 and you think you're coming late, why don't you just let the person know, I think I will be late because of this and this. If something that you were getting into a deal, it's not working, the same way you shared about the deal, update. Let them know it's not working. With this, you remove all these things of the need of somebody snooping around you. You meet somebody that you need to be calling more often, just let them know. There is this lady, we are doing this and this.
That's funny.
You
No,
know?
not taking nice.
No, I'm telling you. You just said, you see, there's this lady, we're working on this and this. So I don't think that if she's a sane woman, she will begin to doubt, you know. And
She's
that
a
is,
sane woman.
yeah, unless there is something wrong, you know, because you have offered information. And then the element of accountability and openness is sometimes, look, if I have got to deal with Annitah several times, and I think that is something that will be consistent, I will be communicating, I need to make my spouse meet Annitah. It alleviates fears. let one of the meetings that we're doing, a business meeting, let me call my wife. So let's meet with Annitah.
It might not elevate, it might bring warfare if she's pretty and everything.
But that's where now I'm talking about. Now you see
what if that's, you see, what Annitah is raising is actually like a point. What if usema wacha tuleta Annitah, lakini
now that
you can tell me I meet Annitah
unapata Annitah na Beyonce.
You see now you're dealing with something that you can't fix. Your partner has to fix. Because in that case, whether you bring Annitah or not, that's somebody who's dealing with their own insecurities. How did they even notice that this is a Beyonce? You know, the best garment that a woman, the best makeup a woman can have is the ring on her finger. You gave her that. There's no competition.
You can see Beyonce. It's seeable. It's Beyonce. It's Beyonce.
You're not living. You see, I think I think the premise, the premise of our thinking when we get into certain of this stuff, including marriage, is mostly very wrong. It comes from a place of a lot of insecurity and comparison. Because Willis, by the time you were marrying, Maria is not the first person you saw. When you decide you're settling with Maria, you chose her out of people that you have seen before. That's a statement in itself. Unless you give,
we should be flattered.
Unless you give the person, unless you give them the person to begin to doubt. But that's a statement, because by the time you're meeting somebody in their 20s, in their 30s, you've gone to school with people, you've lived with people in your neighborhood, you have friends, you've met people somewhere. I think that people need to, you know, slow it down, relax. Don't always be scared, because once you begin to become like that, you're actually going to mess up. Some people mess up good relationships because of their insecurities.
But let me ask, how many men are going to do that? That's now the big question.
That's why we're engaging them this morning.
How many men
are
going to go through that whole process of telling me, hi babe, I'm leaving work, I'm hanging out with them. And people, and I think men really need to understand, as he says, and I'm saying this from a woman perspective, let me know. It's not because I want to control you, I just need to relax. Hi, I'm hanging out with the boys, I'm going to be home at 4. Trust me, I'll be asleep. Until maybe it gets to 4 and I'm going to be worried and text you, are you okay? Yeah, that's it, you get. Just tell me, I'm going to go sleep. Just get home at 4 and just let me know. If it gets to like 6, then I'll be really worried and call you, then you don't pick up. You get.
Or you switch off.
No, am I going to be worried like, I'm a shikwa, did you get into an accident? And that's normal. I am actually worried. So if men keep that chain of communication, and as he said, mark my words, if your wife knows you move all the time, she will never doubt you. But you see, men feel like, Miss Jakaliwa, siwezi mwambia. Why are you even saying things like that? We are in this together. It's the same thing I'm going to tell someone. And not because nimekaliwa ama is controlling. Hi, I'm going to hang out with the girls who might be up till like 10. Are you going to pick me on my Uber? It's that simple. It's communication. But men, nah. When you call, the wife calls you, you're like, how do you even block your wife to even start there, honestly?
Yeah, like the lady who
said, and you block your wife, and it is your wife, and you're going to go home. Me, you block me, nafunga na nambia security huni mwizi.
Una block mlango.
Like block mlango.
Akutana na George. Alisema usiingie. Simama kwa Kayafa. We have some tweets. I'm told we have some tweets. And then we also have some SMSs here. Somebody here, first of all, who says that there is password. Where there is password, there is no love. That is Mary from Mere Riandu. That's an SMS on 2242. All right, let's take a look at some tweets then. Ooh, okay. That is Beryl Okundi. Willis, my brother's phones are like fire. All right, I'm going to have to try to read this. It's a bit long. My brother, phones are like fire. Fire is incredibly useful, but it's also destructive. You can use fire to warm up, cook food, and make useful things wielded carelessly. However, fire will burn you on the entire house to the ground in minutes. Fire burn them. Telvin Williams says, yes, in fact, my wife knows even the ATM pin, the M-Pesa pin, everything, every pin. But depends on the type of partner you have. Ed_Orego, women just love to know. When a woman has no knowledge, she feels powerless. Question is whether they have the capacity to handle the information they are seeking. Sevaroswa says, it's absurd. There are people who assume the only reason for having a password on a phone is to hide some affair. When you lose your phone and everyone in your phone book texts from you asking for money, you'll start thinking beyond affairs. And Berry Lokundi also tweets again, you can tell a person's character by how they use their smartphone. What would happen if you immediately dropped your phone unlocked and your spouse picked it up? What thoughts go through your mind? What would your spouse discover? And Diva June says it beats sense that you can give yourself to someone and hide your password. Which is more important to you? Is it you or is it the password? So interesting comments there. Somebody here says on 2242, Willis, I am married for almost 8 years, but last year our marriage took about a turn. My husband brought another phone whereby his password is his iris. Face unlock. And I was so suspicious about it last month. I saw a message on the screen saying, I really feel I fell in love with you, dear.
Chai.
And she says, I need your advice, please.
Chai.
What would we say to, she didn't leave her name, obviously, but what would we say to her? Somebody who unlocks the phone with the iris.
you know, Willis, let's...
the message pop up, yeah.
Again, I said, I love to look at things from a broader place. Gadgets are just tools that we use to enhance things that we do. We either using our phones for, social contact or business or something. It's not the phone that does the business. I use the phone to do business. I make money, then the money is transferred to the phone. I meet you, I take your number, then we do that. So the phones are just enhancers of things that we already do. To peg the discussion just around the phone is to just scratch the surface. Because before phones came, there are certain things that were happening still.
Yeah.
It's just that the phones have become a place where you can easily pick up that this person is doing something. But people who are having affairs, they were having issues even before we were in the mobile phone age. And I think that's where we need to go back to. It is, how do these two people relate? If they fix their relationship, the phones will become a blessing. If they don't fix that, somebody will get to the place where now he's got to buy a phone and then he's going to use,
the iris.
Yeah, because the phone did not teach you how to get somebody else.
You got them already.
That is you. That was in you. And the phone is just a tool to get there. It's like a vehicle, man. There's no car that takes you to go and meet a different lady from your wife.
Yeah, they're developing some in the US. Self-drive. But anyway, I get what you're saying. So I digress.
You get into the car, you fuel it, you drive it to go where you want to go. So do we fight about the car? Did the car lead you there? No. It was your will.
About the end product, like...
It just ferried you, but you had the intention. You would have gotten there either on foot, Uber, motorbike, whichever way. So you'll find somebody will actually park their car at home and look like they're going nowhere, take a motorbike and go somewhere and do stuff like that. That's why I am more in the thing of fixing the person.
Instead of fixing the phone.
Instead of trying to fix the phone. If you unlock the phone but you don't unlock the person, I'm telling you.
But let's start with unlocking the phone. We have to start somewhere, don't we? Let's start with unlocking.
In your assessment, that is the journey towards
unlocking communication.
Unlock the phone. Let's communicate to the unlocked phone. Then from there, we're going somewhere.
What if we communicate first and then unlock the phone?
Unlock it. Let's communicate when it's unlocked. And that lady, let me tell you first.
Which one, the 8-year lady?
Yeah, the one who's saying that 8-year marriage.
And then a message popped up and said, I've already fallen in love with you.
I think I'm going to respect that man. No, and women, don't misunderstand me, for going to such lengths to cover up his cheating, because it means he really loves his wife. Because I always say this, and don't look at me badly, there is no faithful man, but he loves you, you'll never know he's cheating. So he is going to, so I respect that. How do you put your, really to unlock your phone? Brad, you're a man, you love your wife. I cannot. So my point is, he's going to, I think I respect that about him, because most men will just leave it. They'll kiona utaona, and that's a bit of disrespect. That is not even cheating. But it has gone so much length to cover it up. So I think you should just find out. And women always say they don't want to find this out, but why is he cheating? And I'm not going to blame the women for his cheating. There are men who just cheat for no reason. But why is he cheating? And why is he going to so much length to cover it up? And you see, if you face it from the point of anger and say, oh, it's cheating, you're going to be an angry woman, you're going to push him away. So she needs to sit down, and he always says, talk it out. Let him know you know. You see, most women are going to know, as he said, and I'm going to start planning the exit. Some women, when they know he's cheating, they shut down mentally. And they're like, I'm not in this marriage anymore. I'm just here physically. So mentally, emotionally, I'm done. And that's the problem. You just shut it out and you're done with the marriage, and that's when things start going south. So sit down, and if you want to work on your marriage, if you're willing to sit down and talk through the cheating, then sit down and talk. And worst of all, don't take advice from other women. Nah. Just, you're married to him, not other women, not your family, not your friends. Talk to the person you're married to. I found this out and I'm angry, yes, but I want to know what's going on in our marriage. So if you can, they can do that, that would work, because they think at the end of the day, whether he's cheating or not, or you're cheating, it's about you, both of you sitting down and deciding, do you want to work on it?
Right, we have a call from Sarah from Wiki. Sarah, what are your views on the conversation? And also, thank you so much for calling in. What are your views on the conversation we're having?
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Habari ya
Mzuri sana.
Mimi nilikuwa nataka kujangia kidogo. Mimi nimeolewa kwa miaka 10. Na nimekuwa by the way na marriage mzuri. Sasa bwanangu.
Yes.
Nimefika mahali sasa bwanangu anipeleki poa.
Punguza sauti ya TV tafadhali.
Ndio nasema. Tumekuwa na bwanangu kwa miaka 10 kwa ndoa.
Okay.
Na tumekuwa na watoto. Sasa wakati nilienda kupata mtoto wa pili nilikuwa na mimba. Akaanza kubehave some strange behaviors. Sasa wakati nilimuuliza kwa nini unafanya hivyo, juu alikuwa anaenda anakuja usiku, akuli, nikamuuliza why. Hakunijibu. Mimi nikasema juu sasa nimeingia kwa marriage, juu mimi sikuwa nataka mambo ya vita, tukavumilia. Sasa ni kama amekuwa na mwanamke kando hapo. Sasa nikakuja nikachua nikamuuliza, akaniambia mimi huyu mwanamke siko na yeye kitu yoyote, ni kuongea tu. Sasa kitu fani. Usiku ya leo sasa ilifika wakati, you know, somebody if you want something you must act kama mwanamke wa nyumba.
Yes.
Sasa imagine akufanya venye ilikuwa inastahili. Ilifika mahali akanyamaza, akatulia, mwili yake ilikataa kuwaka. Sasa nikamuuliza mbona? Sasa nikamuuliza unaona nakuuliza hivi na hivi uniambie ukweli. Sasa hakuniambia kitu mpaka sasa hivi. Hiyo kitu imenipea stress, sasa nashindwa huko. Hivyo ni kama amekuwa na rafiki na mwana mwingine, amemfanya fenya amefanya na hataki kusema. Sasa ndio nimeshindwa why for 10 years why.
Okay, sawa. Wacha tuulize CJ hapa akujibu. Asante sana Sarah.
You know,
what would you say to Sarah? Because she says that it's been 10 years and now after the second baby, his behavior started changing. I'm asking myself why.
You know, I was having a relationship talk for about 3 days the other day. It's in place, and I said to the people, you marry somebody, you must know both of you are changing. The thing is that we mostly fix ourselves at the person that we met. So we think that if I've been married to him for long, then certain things can't happen. But this person is changing depending on exposure, growth, influence, just their personality, character, the effort they put into. They're people who you meet when they're probably broke. They start getting money, money offers options. They're people you meet, they're not exposed. Then they get to a certain level, they begin to get exposed. Certain things begin to come up, opportunities that are coming up in them. So never think that just because you've been with somebody for long, it's a guarantee that everything is okay. They're changing, and you've got to keep on learning the various stages of this person. That is something. Again, I'm big on the thing of, like, you know, get back to the thing of communication, and communication does not have to be verbal. It's just knowing what stages we are at. Probably you've never handled this man when he is stressed or depressed, and then he starts, for example, drinking at 10 years of marriage, 14 years of marriage, because he's lost a job, he's lost business, he's lost everything. He has gone into a season that he has never been in. You've never seen him like that. He doesn't know which way to go. He's looking for something to clutch on. Probably he had this low self-esteem before. Now he's built his confidence. Then he meets a woman who is beginning to pay him attention, and he cannot believe that a woman can pay attention, and he doesn't know how to respond to that attention. So he begins to go out. I think that a lot of times people assume we've been married for long, so they get into the comfort zone. You got to keep working on your marriage over and over, over and over. Don't assume we've been 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, so we're supposed to be fine. And that's where people feel pain, because they feel like, you know, but we've been married for 20 years. This person, if they were 20, then they are 40 now. If they were 30, they are 50 now. They are changing. Just get to know that your partner is changing, and just try to keep on understanding where they're at and where are you at also. Keep on trying to fall in love with each other every time, you know. Just talking about places that you are at, because you're going to keep on seeing various reactions, various versions of this person as you keep on going.
There's also somebody here who will ask a very interesting question that I'll ask. But then before that, in her situation, because you talked about communication, Annitah also talked about communication. She says that she tries to talk to this guy, but
he doesn't say.
Yeah, he doesn't say why. He just. So what does he do in that case? What does she do, rather?
She needs to find somebody who can talk to him. She needs to find somebody that they both respect, and somebody who has good intentions for them as a couple to talk to him. Because if you're trying to talk to somebody and they've blocked you, kind of, you still need this thing to be let out. So she needs to find somebody who can talk to him, or bring the two of them together and talk about it. It must be talked out, because she will get frustrated. Eventually she will feel like she needs to get out, pack out, or she will stay because of the children, but she will shut down emotionally or mentally, which is not healthy for her either. So she still needs to try and find a solution to it, get somebody else to get into his space.
Annitah, what do you think, Sarah?
I think when CJ says that you need to learn, you've been about men, and I felt like cutting me short and saying, don't you think that woman is doing too much? And I always ask, when you talk about learning a man, don't you think that's asking too much from women?
It's both sides, Annitah.
I know, but when you said about it is learn when he's stressed. What about when I'm stressed and
even the woman
but you
is
see what, let me tell you where men go wrong.
I didn't talk about the men only. I said both sides. Learn your partner.
Yeah. You see, I'm a woman. I have 2 kids. I'm literally saying I have 2 kids. So I'm thinking I'm married. Yeah. So first of all, I am also changing. Men don't understand the concept of having kids is having to divide your attention, and it's a family setting. And Sarah maybe is going through the first kid came, it's your first born, you're gonna be so emotional. Then now you have a second born, you feel like maybe the burden is getting more, and maybe you're not as attractive as you were 10 years ago. You've indulged yourself in so much that you forgot to take care of yourself, right? And now you feel this man. Maybe this man has reservations, but he doesn't want to tell you because he still doesn't want to offend you. Because it would be nice if your husband came and told you, and then the way men say it, men, wanna squeeze mama nani. And first of all, men, stop calling your wives mama nani. Leave that to our kids. Let our kids call that. We are their mothers. Don't call us mama nani. Do not call us mama nani. It's not a good thing. I'm your wife. Can you call me what you used to call me 10 years ago? Nothing has changed. I might have given you 4 or 5 kids. I'm still your wife. But no, how do Africans say mama nani, mama ya watoto? Come on. Start from there. And then you see, and then the way you actually, as a man, you also know, this is what I'm saying from a woman perspective, you need to understand, I have changed mentally. I am more of a family person, no, not only your wife. Yes, I might be your wife. I might at some point want to be your girlfriend, go out with you, but I am a family person. I am focusing on the entire family. So please meet me in the middle, if not 3/4 way, for heaven's sake. Because I'm already too tired. I am raising kids, maybe I'm a career woman. Can you please meet me somewhere? As much as I want to understand your stress, understand that because women go through so much of mental health. You just had a baby. You might even be having postnatal depression. You're like, mtoto nasikia kumpeana for a week. Ni take vacation in my own house, And men need to understand that also. You have to give us space to be women, not only mothers. I was telling people the other day, there's nothing as beautiful when someone takes your kids off your hands. Not that you don't like your kids. You're like, please take them for a day. I just want to be a woman today.
Yes, it reminds me with a Nigerian woman I was hanging out with once, Akazema. These children, can I give them just 1 hour?
I know.
1 hour only, really, just 1 hour.
I give a day, and most women will feel me. We leave our kids, we breathe our kids, but sometimes you tell the Lord, can I just deport them for a day? Like,
Annitah, that's why I was saying that the partner must know both of them are changing.
Yeah.
Both of them are changing. And children are part of the change that comes, because this woman hormonally, things are going to change.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to change. So if I don't learn my partner through the changes, you see, if I'm stuck at the Annitah that I saw 10 years ago, who had a certain figure and she dressed in a certain way, kept herself in a certain way, then now we are 10 years down the line, she's got 2 children, I'm fixed on that Annitah, I'm going to be disappointed with this Annitah. So it is those changes that people must, you know, learn how to embrace, navigate, manage, and work around together.
True.
Yeah.
I agree on that.
All right. I was trying to fix my earpiece, but it seems not to be working, but it's all good. Well, I guess we're going to end it there, but there's I want to ask, somebody says, I really need a lot of counseling on the phone issue. If possible, can I get CJ's number?
Yes, you can.
So it's okay to share your number. I won't share it publicly, of course, but I will share. Somebody else says, Eliza from Dadora says, very true. I discovered my man was cheating on me, but I never left immediately. I left after 2 years. Somebody else says,
read it.
Ati, hi, I'm Rose. I'm 20 years, humble, caring, loving, God-fearing, faithful too. I'm looking for a loving, caring, faithful, God-fearing, responsible person for my life. Help me get one. And she goes on to share the number.
The Lord loves you.
The Lord loves you. Somebody says, Willis, also try to share your PIN with anyone. You will know why the telephone companies advise people not to share your PIN. That is James Juma Abok. Somebody says, if you don't trust your partner, even if they don't have phone passwords, you will never trust them. So it's not about that. Well, we do hope that... somebody says that... we forgot to address the fact. We did. So we addressed that issue about when CJ and Annitah talked about people are constantly changing. Yeah. All right, good. Thank you so much for all your comments on 2242. We really do appreciate your feedback. And also for those of you who took time to call in. Sometimes you call in, the lines are busy because many people are calling in, but really do appreciate that as well. And also those who text us on 2242. And also guys who took time to go to the hashtag Daybreak. We couldn't come to pick all of them, but we picked some, and we thank you for your input. I'd also like to say at the end of the day, just like the lady who's asked for help, you know, you can always talk to CJ Atemo. You can follow him at CJ Atemo. You can also talk to Annitah Raey. She's, you know, you can follow her on Facebook as well, Annitah Raey, on Twitter, on Instagram. And, you know, if you, like you said, and like we always say here, find somebody that you can talk to. Don't suffer alone. Talk to someone, whether it's your pastor, your bishop, your sister, your friend, but by all, even professional help. At the end of the day, make sure you do get some help. Do not suffer alone. And also remember that God loves you, and that will never change. And successful people look like you, and like you saw on Sunday, the great Manchester United. Don't go too far. Sam Gituku, Zimzi Kibiku are back.